There's so many ways in which having a Black teacher benefits both Black and non-Black students. Hi, my name is Kesha Moore, and I am the research manager here at the Thurgood Marshall Institute, which is the internal think tank of the Legal Defense Fund. There's some really exciting research that shows with Black students, just having access to a Black educator by the 3rd grade both increases the student's likelihood of graduating from high school, it increases their college aspirations. We know that Black students, when they have access to a Black teacher, are more likely to perform higher academically in both reading and math. And we also know that Black students are less likely to be referred for punitive discipline or exclusionary discipline when they have access to a Black teacher. It increases student engagement, there's less truancy, students are less likely to drop out of high school. But Black teachers don't only help Black students, they help all students. And we have a lot of really exciting research that shows that when non-Black students are exposed to a Black teacher, it also increases their academic performance, it increases the cognitive critical thinking that white students have when they get exposed to a Black teacher that can disrupt lots of stereotypes that Black and non-Black students may have about intellectualism and who embodies that. And we know that Black educators are more likely to introduce their students to topics that are challenging and revolve around kind of contemporary social issues. And so there's a lot of research that shows that students develop critical thinking and a critical consciousness, and that is for both Black and non-Black students when they have the benefit of being educated by a Black teacher. So it may be surprising to see that our schools are as segregated now as they were, and some even more segregated as they were before the Brown decision. And there are a number of reasons why that's the case. One is that after the Brown decision, there was an immediate negative response. There's what we call massive resistance to prevent school districts and parents from actually sending their kids to desegregated schools. And so it took a really long time, and it was a long fight to even get the kind of desegregation that we were talking about in Brown decision in the classroom. The other thing that happened is that there was also a legal decision that meant that desegregation orders couldn't go beyond the jurisdiction of a particular city or town. And so because we live in such a racially segregated community, because the US has high levels of racial segregation, the segregation of the neighborhood often maps onto the segregation of schools. And so that creates a pattern where even now in 2024, most Black students are educated in predominantly minority school districts, and so or schools even within the larger school district. And so although we do have this formal desegregation, that's not the lived reality of many of our students. And so there are lots of ways in which having a Black educator is useful for Black and non-Black students. And at this time, we just want to celebrate the work that they do and encourage other people who are interested in joining this profession to join this noble work.